Now, hello everyone on YouTube. Just bear with me a moment as ever. I'm just going to set up on Facebook here. Mary, don't feel already there? Great stuff. Great to have you with us. So I think I have myself positioned there that you can see everything okay. Perfect. So I'm just going live on Facebook now. So as I say, just apologies now for a second. Share. And we will go live. Now, so I hope you're all having a nice day. Just checking out the angles, everything's okay here. Perfect. So, I'll just give everyone a minute or two to tune in. Anyone not tuning in live, because I know people do tune in at a time that works for them. So skip ahead maybe 1 minute and we will be moving and into our workout. So be afraid to just jump ahead if you're not tuned in live. Hope you're having a nice day. This is a chair gym, so it's just about providing choice variety. So this will be entirely seated, this session today. Nothing too vigorous, nothing too intense, just some nice light movements. For me, it's all about connecting, just feeling parts of the body and just feeling better by the end of this session. I felt quite stiff, a little bit tight this morning, and I did a session earlier on today, and I just felt much better after it. So hopefully it'll be the same outcome for this session. Joan and Mary, great to have you with us. Carla on YouTube and there. Perfect. So let's get straight in with a little bit of movement. We'll just begin with a warm-up to start ourselves off. And just in case I didn't introduce myself to anyone new, my name is Shane. I'm a trainer in South Dublin, so you're very welcome along. And so let's get in. Sorry, that's enough from me. So let's very gently shrug the shoulders up and down to begin. Just very light, shrug of the shoulders up and down, just to get a little bit of movement to begin. I'm just lightly lifting up and down. And then what I'll do is just bring my right shoulder and then the left shoulder. So I sometimes like to just separate the movements, break it down one side at a time, right and then left. So I said, hopefully by the end of this session, you just feel looser, lighter, and just feel pretty good. Particularly if, like me, you just felt a bit stiff and maybe tight this morning. So let's slowly roll the shoulders back. And just again, getting a little bit of movement. If I just show you this from the side, I can think 4 parts: forward, up, back, and down. Maybe we can't be quite so perfect with the movement. It just takes a little bit of practice, so don't worry if you feel a little bit stiff or blocky in this movement. It just takes a little bit of practice and you can kind of get better separation. Now change direction and roll the shoulders forward. So now the opposite way. Just slowly rolling shoulders forward. Okay. And I'll just keep an eye on the comments as we continue there. Sylvia, afternoon, how are you? And Nikki, Matt and Breed, Milltown, very nice. Milltown, lovely part. And Kathleen, how are you? Hope you're keeping well, Kathleen. And then arms across chest. Pull back. So just open out the chest and back in. And what I would always say at the start of every session, just do whatever is comfortable for you. Like obviously I can't see the movements for everyone, but if anything causes pain, soreness, if you don't like the look of a certain movement, I'd always say just leave the movement out or adapt and pick a movement that works for you, that you know is a good movement for you. So if anything is sore, painful, don't push through that movement. Just give yourself a little rest or swap to a different exercise. Okay, hands down on legs and stretch down. Hands towards feet. I'm just not kind of bending the back here. I'm just staying quite tall and straight, and I gently tilt or lean forward. Okay. And we'll just go for 3 more. 2 and 1. And then hands together. Bring the fingers together, elbows up, and just lightly turn to the right and turn to the left. So we'll just go right and left. So I think of this one a little bit of an upper body rotation. So really the main movement is in my upper body here. And kind of turning separate to your hips. So the hips are forward, but the shoulders are to the sides. But again, this will slowly open out. It might feel very stiff and tight, and you can get a little bit further as you go along. Okay, and once more. Next, if I keep the hands together, straighten the arms, and again, just a little swivel side to side. With the arms out, you might not be able to rotate quite as far. So you could even just think of this as a swivel, almost between the arms of your chair if you have them. And then you might get a little bit further. And we'll go once more in each direction. And back down. Perfect. Next, I'm just going to sit myself back nice and comfortable. And I will just begin with a nice light march, just getting knees up. When it comes to warming up, just with the legs, always at the start, I like some kind of a march and just an extension or a kick of the legs. Just keep it simple. They work. They'll just slowly bring the heart rate up, loosen out the joints, warm our bodies up. Next, kick the legs out, right, left. And we tend to break this one down into a proper leg extension in the session, but for now, just keep it light. I don't really overthink the movements. Just a nice light kick out. Just really about warming your body up, just preparing for the main movements ahead. And then going again with a nice light march. And for me, I always just go nice and soft with the feet. I just avoid slamming down. I just keep this really nice and light. Just tapping the feet down. And once more, just extend the legs out. Just kick the legs nice and light out in front. Just a little blood flow, warming ourselves up. And then we'll finish our warm up with our ankles. So the way I will do this one is to lift my right foot up and slowly around in circles. Now, if anyone is watching on Facebook via their phone, if you knock the comments, if you swivel across to the right, that will get rid of the comments, just in case anyone can't see the foot on Facebook. And YouTube, we should be able to see that okay. Change direction, slowly around in circles. Even hold on to the knee if you like on this one. Just really isolate that the movement is in the ankle. And down. Swap sides. Left foot up. Slowly around in circles. And for me, it's very easy to go through this one without really getting much connection on the ankle. And that's why I always repeat that message of going slow here. So do try and slow this one down. And just get any little bit of movement at all here. Slowly around. Back the opposite way. And particularly when you're warming up with something like the ankle, slow, slow, slow. Always works best for me. I'll just get that best connection. And down, okay? Just a little kind of shake out there. And that's our warm-up completed. Jennifer, Marion, Monica, very welcome. Marie Sligo, great to have you with us. And Marie Lauder, great to have you, or Lauder, sorry, great to have you with us. And Mary Dunphy, YouTube as well. So welcome along everyone, YouTube and Facebook. Continuing on into our main work now. Let's start off with a little bit of upper body. I might work on my shoulders first. What I'm going to do is some circles. So I'm going to bring the arms out in front, clench the hands, and just slowly around in circles. I could do this with my arms out by my sides, but I just want to make sure you can see the kind of control I like to move here. But I don't want to go fast or too wide. I start slow, small, and I might just build it up gradually. So I'm keeping the arms straight, keeping the hands clenched, and around in circles. And then if I change direction, back the opposite way. And we'll just keep going around in circles for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest down, take a couple of seconds. I'm just going to give a little variation on that one. Arms out, clench the hands, and now rotate. So turn the palms of the hands up to face the ceiling. So you're the opposite way now. Hands faced up and slowly around in circles. And that's a more open position for the shoulder. You've kind of rotated outwards, an external rotation here. Just going to make it a little bit more challenging. Slowly around, back the opposite way. Keep the arms straight and steady, slowly around in circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Okay, next, kind of on the same theme. So if something like that movement was difficult for you, this is a really nice movement. I might just zoom in a little bit here. So if I tuck the elbows in and they're fixed in by your sides, and I'm just zooming in just to show you. Open out, back in. Keep the elbows in by your sides as you open the arms out. So what you're doing is getting a rotation from your shoulders. So if anyone has a past shoulder injury, or just feels a bit tight stiff with the movement like shoulder circles there, this is a really nice one to just start getting a little bit of movement. Okay, I'm just going to continue on here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if we just hold on to that position, because I think it is a really good one, and maybe let's say the left side was bothering me, I can't really open it the same amount. So what I might do in that case is isolate. So I'm just going to work the right side first. Open the arm just on the right side. So what we're going to do is, if you found maybe one side you weren't really connecting here, just simple as this, we break it down and work on the one side at a time. So elbow stays in, open the arm out. Okay, you'll see I'm kind of opening out from my shoulder here. So rotator cuff at play, just what allows for shoulder rotation movement. Now, pause and work on the opposite side. So let's say this was a tighter side, it just felt a bit weaker, a little bit sore, or just didn't have the same range. I can really control it now. So if you felt you're kind of restricted, you can't get as far as the right, that's fine. Stay with the range that's good. Now, I don't actually have any impingement or any problem there, so it's fine, but so I'll continue on. But just if you found it's difficult, just slowly opening out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, so that's a nice one on the shoulders. Definitely one a kind of, I would say, low impact and nice movement. Find a bit any issues with shoulders. Next, I'm going to do a pull back. The way I do this one, I bring my hands out and grab, turn the hands and pull back kind of into your rib cage here, and then repeat. So again, grab, turn, pull back. We're going to do lots of reps here just to give you a chance to kind of build up this movement and kind of follow the same order as me. So grab, turn, pull back. I'm going to show you this from different angles, but I'm just going to stick with the front for another few reps. We're going to do lots of reps, so don't worry if you're a little bit lost or kind of missed a few. We're going to just do lots of reps, give you guys a chance to connect with this one. Grab, turn, pull back. Let's show you that from the side. Grab, turn, pull back. You'll see the elbows just kind of tuck in neatly by my side. Hands grab, turn, and pull back into your rib cage here. Again, everyone's different. Just make sure that your body stays straight so I don't arch or round and keep the body fixed. Just a nice controlled pull back. Showing it from behind. Grab, rotate, pull back. And I get a really nice squeeze in my back. This one should feel quite nice. Not too intense, but should feel really quite nice on the back. 3 more. 2 and 1 more. Okay. So as I said, I felt quite stiff this morning, and a movement like that to me just feels really great. Like just really feel nice and open after one like that. Next, I want to sit forward in the chair, so I'm away a little bit from the back of the chair. Straighten my position nice and tall. Arms up, one is above the other. Drive the elbows back. I can just switch whichever arm is on top, it doesn't matter. Driving the elbows back. I'm going to show you this from different angles. But I think a little squeeze between shoulders here, or upper back. So showing you how that looks from the side. Just driving elbows back and from behind. So you can see I'm keeping the elbows up. I'm trying not to let them drop. I keep them up nice and high. And I just gently pull back. Just a little squeeze between shoulders. And again, I feel a little bit kind of tight or stiff, so just gradually pull back and it should feel quite nice. I get 3, 2, and 1, and rest down. Perfect. Okay, so that's a good little chunk on the upper body. Let's move it down a bit. We'll go with legs next. So I'm going to actually work with the feet. So I'm just making sure I'm in shot there. The way I'll do this one, walk the feet back a little bit, and I want you to just work on the right leg here, the right side. Lift the heel and down. So heel up, heel down, and you'll see the movement is just tailored to one side. So again, just maybe if there's someone who had any problem with the ankle, maybe the Achilles tendon, again, just isolation, sometimes breaking the movement down can be really good. If you do the two together, maybe you don't notice how one side is actually a little bit weaker. So sometimes just breaking it down, lifting the one side on its own can be really good, just to kind of test out each side that it's working well. So just a big lift of the heel, right up onto your toes. I pause and swap. Left leg, lift the heel. So just lifting the heel of the left leg. And it almost might feel natural. The right almost might want to lift a bit here. You almost have to tell it not to, and that's fine. But just try and isolate that one side on its own. And I say, it's not necessary that you have to do this all the time. I just think sometimes it's nice just to isolate individually, and you might find out one side is weaker than the other, or a little bit less fluid. And then that's applicable to your walking, going about your daily routine. That maybe just find that one side is a little bit weaker, and just to be aware of that. And 3 more, 2, 1. Now, just walk the feet a little bit forward. On the right side, on its own, lift the toes this time. So now the toes pull up off the floor. So again, you're breaking it down just on that one side, lifting the toes. Now, whenever it comes to toe raises, heel raises, I think really high reps is best. I think it takes a couple of reps, a couple of lifts to kind of switch on, to start getting a little bit of connection on the front here, on your tibia, and just to kind of get the toes just feeling the connection. So I always go quite high. So even before I bring a count, you're looking at 10, 15 reps. Okay, so let's do 5 more big lifts. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left side. So again, just go lots of lifts here. So toes up, back down. Toes up, back down. So just on that left side. And you might be quite surprised how, as I say, when you break this down, that, gosh, you might realize how that's a lot harder to do on the left side. It's my weaker side, so this one's definitely a little bit harder. And it's not something you may notice if you were to lift the two together. So it can be really nice to just break it down and just see how each side is. Just giving each side that little bit of attention. So let's keep going, nice and high with the reps. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, now Hopefully that felt good and okay to you. And maybe you found, as I said, those little imbalances. Next, we will go with a knee lift. And I might do a little pause in there as well. So I'm just going to show you how we do this one. Just make sure you sit comfortably in your chair. What I'm going to do is just lift the right knee up and back down. Now, often, as you probably know with my sessions, I'm a fan of trying to keep the foot off the ground. I just like giving my body that extra little bit of challenge. So if comfortable, keep your foot from touching the ground. If you need to rest the foot down, it's as simple as just rest it down. So it is all about choice. The option is there, whatever way is good for you. I just like, whenever I'm in a class, I just do something like this. And I find people just get a better connection with that extra bit of challenge. So let's keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, hold. So 2 hands, hold on to the knee. Hold position. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So just a little static hold at the end as well. I always just like to throw the odd little challenge. It's something I do myself when I'm training. Just throw sometimes a stretch, a hold in at the ends, just to give your body that extra little bit of challenge, something different. Left knee, up and down. So suas, and keeping your foot off the floor if that's good for you. Again, if I want to rest down, that's no problem at all. And again, so the action here, you're working your hip, flexing the hip, so really important. And again, might feel a little tension on this one. We keep going. Maybe 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get a little hold. Just pause, hold on to that position. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest down. So that feels quite good. Next, what I'm going to do is a kind of extension and pull back. I'll show you this from the side. So next, I sit myself a little bit forward in the chair. I'm on the heel of my right foot, and I pull back to the toes. I worked on this one on Friday. I think it's worth trying a couple of times just to get a feel for it. So go out on your heel, tap down, pull back onto the toes. So anyone who's with me on Friday, couple of points. I like this movement because it gets movement to the ankle. I'm on my toes, on my heels, so I'm moving in the 2 directions. Equally, I'm getting movement of my knee in a very safe, controlled way. And I'm also getting a little bit of a connection with the hamstring. So sometimes that can be a tough one for people. There's a standing movement, a leg curl, which sometimes people might find quite difficult. So a good way to maybe just start getting a little bit of connection with the back of your leg. And as ever, we like to not neglect the back of our body. So 5 more pullbacks. 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Left side. Those swivel around. So again, I'm forward in my chair. My left leg, I'm on the heel. And I pull back onto my toes, onto the heel. Toes, heel. So we continue on like that, pulling back. So I do like to get that heel toe in each position. So I'm getting movement of the ankle, movement of the knee, and a little squeeze maybe on the back of the leg here. But for everyone, you might feel different parts more. That's absolutely fine. So just lightly pulling back. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now from there, staying on the feet, just lightly rock the feet forward and back after that one. So just rock the feet forward and back. I'm just going to check everything's okay there. So just rocking feet forward and back. Just checking everything's all right. Francis, great to have you with us. Perfect. So next, we're going to go back up to upper body. And what I want is a light little connection with my chest on this next one. So I'm going to pull back just to get the best view. Bring the arms roughly out by your side, okay? Don't be too strict on perfect 100% straight arms, just lightly out to your sides. Bring the arms in front, squeeze, and lightly open back out. So the main kind of connection is when we push in. That's the main action. So if I just zoom in, bring in, squeeze. So just again, lightly pull in, squeeze, and lightly open back out. So again, the main kind of connection or action is when I pull in. Again, I'm not going to force this in too tight. I think less about the hands connecting and more about my elbows. That will get a better connection in your chest. So if you think of your hands touching, it's not actually going to get the best connection. If you think about your elbows physically touching towards each other, you'll get a better squeeze in that chest. You don't need to push this too hard. We get 3 more. 2. And 1. And back down. Perfect. Now, another one, kind of along the lines. For this one, people will feel different things. They might feel chest, shoulders, upper back. So I'll just demonstrate what I mean. Arms out, give yourself a hug, and then open the arms out. So kind of drive the elbows back. So again, across chest, give yourself a hug, light little hold, push the elbows back. So you're bringing 2 parts together. Again, arms across chest. So I kind of stretch out the shoulders in this position, drive the elbows back, and squeeze shoulders together. And I also stretch out the chest a little bit. There's various different parts. It really doesn't matter too much. My point here just is that you might feel different things. Someone might feel the chest more, someone might feel the shoulders more, someone might feel the upper back more. All different things. We're all a little bit different, so we might feel something different here. 3 more. 2. Light hug and pull back. 1. And down. So let's go back down, lower body. Tough enough one there. Not easy, but well done. What I want to do is bring the legs up. And we're just going to put 1 or 2 movements together, keeping the feet up. As you tire here, you'll notice the feet start to drift down to the floor. And what I want you to try and do is keep the feet up, not dropping down. So keep the legs out and just lightly pulse the legs up and down. So I'm not going to go too vigorous, just lightly pulse the legs up and down. And not letting the feet, as I say, drop to the ground. So I roughly keep the legs straight. Next, I'm going to crisscross the legs. Again, they stay nice and straight. And I just lightly crisscross the legs. Various different things again, like the last one. Some of us might feel the thighs burn a little bit. Some of us might feel the hips in terms of connection. Or other parts of the leg. Pause, up, down again. Just putting those 2 movements together once more. Up, down, up, down. Nice and light. Again, not letting the feet kind of sag down. Keep them up. And then once more, crisscross the legs. And I'll go another couple of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest down. Perfect. Now, next, I'm going to do a little bit on the hip. Again, sit forward in your chair. Straighten the right leg out, so on your heel. And what I want to do is lift to the side, lift back in. And I'm holding on to the side of my chair, or you could hold the arms of your chair. This is just another variation. There's so many different ways with the hip. This is just another option. Straight leg, lift out, and lift back in. So from front to side. Important for me here is that I don't let my body turn. So my body should be still facing you on the camera. And the movement is just from that right hip. Slowly opening out. And again, this won't be a huge lift. A couple of inches out. Not going to force it too far. So you get 3 more. 2. And 1. And back in. Now we'll do the same on the left. So again, I'm nice and tall. My left leg is out, I'm on my heel. And hold on. Lift out, lift back in. So I just like to get a small little lift every time rather than dragging or sliding along the floor. Particularly, think if you had a carpet, it would just be really hard to do this. So always likes to get a little bit of a lift, keeping the rest of your body straight. So I don't want to let my body turn with the hip. Just let the movement come from your hip. 3, 2, and 1. And back in. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do next is a kind of shoulder movement where I want to connect with the back of my shoulder. So the way I will do that is arms out straight, the palms of your hands face each other, and I'll just bring my right arm back. And I'm just going to focus on bringing my right arm back. So again, I would think not to kind of swing, but just lightly pull back. And I'm going to show you that from different angles. So again, right arm, pull back. So it ends up perfectly by my side. And showing you from behind, arm pulls back. So I think a little bit of a connection with the back of my shoulder here. And I'm just doing this lightly. 3 more. 2, 1. Now, from the opposite side, we'll let the arms down, take a couple of seconds, and we can go for the opposite. So, again, just reset position, catch your breath, arms out, and just lightly pull that left arm back. So, again, I'm focusing on pull back, getting a little squeeze back in my shoulder. And again, I just avoid kind of swinging the arm. There's no real fast pace here. This is just a very controlled pull back of my left arm and keeping the rest of my body straight. So get 3, 2, and 1. And rest arms down. So what we will do after that one is just lightly roll the shoulders back. I think this is a nice movement to do a couple of times during the session, during the day. Just a really nice movement. So roll shoulders back. Yeah, so a movement like that, Geraldine, like you'll find, it is tough on the hip. So once, if anything causes pain, just not to persist with it. So if it's causing pain, I would just say leave it out. You can either just give yourself a rest for that movement or change it for something better that you know works and that doesn't kind of irritate. So particularly if you have any kind of surgery on the hip, certain movements might be a little bit tough, and that's not an easy one. And you're just working in a really tiny range of movements as well. So roll the shoulders forward. Nice and gentle, just roll the shoulders forward. And what we'll do next is just go for a little chest press. Again, there's loads of different variations that we do, but today I'm going to bring hands together. And just to show you, my fingers are pointed away from my body. And what I'll do is keep the hands at chest level, keep the fingers pointed forward and press. So I'm just pushing straight out from my chest. And I'm going to show you from the side how that looks. I want the hands to stay roughly in line with chest. What happens a lot here is we kind of push down, but I want to stay level with my chest as I push. So I'm just keeping the kind of connection with my chest as I press out. Just a nice light squeeze or press out from chest. And again, this is really just about feeling the movement, feeling a connection with your chest. That's not to say arms and shoulders aren't helping out. So you might feel other parts of the body too. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And down. Okay, I'm going to show you another shoulder movement. This one, I'll just zoom in a little bit just to give a little, just to demonstrate, I suppose, how to do it. I want you to place your left arm out and rest the right arm on top. And then all I do is lift the arm up from my elbow. I'm going to show you that from the side as well. So my left arm is just there as like an anchor to support my right arm. And from there, lift the elbow or rotate from the elbow. And again, that's external rotation. So from the shoulder, getting a little bit of movement. Without the support left arm here, I find this one just goes a little bit off track. So I like to put the support arm there. And then rest down. Let's swap sides. Right arm is the anchor and left arm just rests on top. Rotate left arm up. So again, just think from the elbow, rotate the arm up. And again, I just find with people, if we don't put the support arm there, it just goes a little bit off track, this movement. And it doesn't stay as kind of nicely in sync as this one does. I go 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So just checking there. Oh, great stuff, Geraldine. Yeah, no problem. It's just always hard to know. Yeah, just being I'm always a little cautious just when someone says I'm just not sure. But yeah, that's great if they're working. And any other little questions on the hip, don't be afraid to ask. So I'll tell you what we'll do next. Just a nice little lift of the right knee, up and down. Just keeping a little bit of light movements. Just kind of catching your breath. Maybe if you need a little bit of a breather. Up and down. And left knee up and down. And so different when we're online. You're just never sure like how a movement is for someone. When you're in a class, you can just easily say, you know, something or how to adapt something and make it easier. But always a little bit tougher online. But it's great to have you guys. And any questions, issues, do always let us know. It is good and important. Next, I want to bring the right leg out. So again, this will be another one might feel around the hip, and this will just be a rotation in a circle. So I would hold the chair, even point your toes slightly forward, and just draw a small circle with the hip. So again, for me, this is about control, slow, steady. If I go really fast and really wide, this is just going to be sore. If I keep it slow and steady, I just get a nice little bit of movement. I'm just going to keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap side, left leg, toes forward, slowly around in circles. Again, just keep the leg roughly nice and straight, slowly around in circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Okay, another one, which I will show from the side. And we'll do a last couple of movements and then we'll stretch it down. I sit a little bit forward in my chair. I go out on the right heel. Again, I practiced this on Friday, so I think it's nice to come back on some of the movements and just kind of re-emphasize, re-practice. So your right leg is straight. On the heel, hold the side of your chair and raise the leg up. Again, a couple of different points you could feel. That thigh, your quads here. So for me, there's tension there, but I'm also getting a little activation from the hip. You might feel one or the other more, and that's fine. Or you might feel a little bit of tension up through other parts of the leg here. So again, you could feel different things. Straight leg, raise up. And you'll notice again, not too high, just a very controlled lift. As I get another 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do the same on the left. So straighten the left leg out, nice and straight on my heel, holding the side of my chair, raise the leg. So I keep the leg straight as I lift. Heel taps down and straight up again. And again, this is not a huge movement. It's quite a small lift, but I am keeping that leg straight as I lift up. Another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back down. Okay. Now, so we did lots of kind of little small parts. I want to just finish with one movement that's a little bit more dynamic, upper and lower body working together, and then we'll go into a couple of stretches. So, I just want to readjust, kind of sit myself nice and tall. This will get my leg, my core, upper body all kind of working as one part. First thing, fold the arms. Second part, I extend my right leg. So as I lift the right leg up, I rotate my body to the right. Come back down, reset. Left leg up, rotate to the left. So think the side of your leg that goes up, that's the direction you rotate the body. So right leg, rotate to the right. Left leg, rotate to the left. So continue on. Right leg, rotate right. Left leg, rotate left. I'm not even slowing this down for the camera. I just don't need to go any faster than this. I want to keep a kind of strong upright position. If I start to go fast, I'm just going to start kind of folding and losing that connection. So 2 parts. Leg extension, rotate. Leg extension, rotate. So let's go 5 more. Right leg, turn to the right. Left leg to the left. I'll just do 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Okay, so kind of bringing lots of different parts together there. So a really nice kind of combination of parts. So we'll do, as I said, next, I just want to bring us into a couple of stretches. Relax the body down. I'm going to turn to my side first, just to show, because we did a lot of work. Let's give ourselves a little bit of stretch out on the positions. So lift the right knee up. You can hold on to the knee. And what I want to do first is point the toes down to the floor. So toes are down and we hold this stretch. So we keep it as it is. And then I want you to lift the toes up, pointing up to the ceiling. So getting a stretch on the back of the leg and the front of the leg, these 2 movements. Now again, point the toes down to the floor, big stretch. And then lift up to the ceiling and hold. And rest down. We'll do the same for the opposite side. So again, I just want to lift my left knee. Just hold the position nice and light. Point your toes down to the floor. So my toes are pointed down. Good hold. And then let's lift up to the ceiling. So toes pointed up to the ceiling. And then again, we'll do the opposite. Point the toes down to the floor. And then all the way up to the ceiling. Hold. And back down. Perfect. Now, next one, what I will do is straighten the right leg out. This is a nice one on the hip. And we're going to do this as a hold. So my right leg is straight. And I want you to rotate very slowly the leg inwards. I'm not going to rock the boat too much here. It's not about a kind of harsh turn. It's a very slow rotation in. So just point the leg in, hold, and then I want you to rotate the leg outwards on that right side. So you can see the way I just gradually open the leg out, and I'm kind of outwards now. Hold for a few seconds. And then again, let's just gradually rotate the leg in. So I'm rotating inwards. And I can put the hands here if I like. Just gradually open the leg out. So the toes kind of point outwards now. So the leg went in and out. All powered from your hip. That's why you're getting this kind of little connection there. And rest. Left side. So again, I just go out on that heel. My leg is straight. And I just gently rotate the leg in. So this is a really small movement. It's not going to go far, and just go very slow here. And then I want to do the opposite, just slowly open the leg outwards. And again, I just find this one's really nice. Sometimes the hips get a little bit tight, so it's a really nice way, just a very simple rotation. Again, rotate the leg inwards. Roughly keeping that left leg straight. And then go outwards. And it depends whether you went out, in, which part might have felt maybe a little bit kind of stiffer. And back. Perfect. Now, I'm going to just sit back into the chair. We'll do a couple of upper body stretches. Arms by your side, palms of the hands face forward, and just lightly pull back. Because we did do a little bit of work on the chest. So I'm just going to stretch out my chest here. Pull back and hold. And relax in. So again, pull back and hold. And relax in. And we'll do that one more time. Pull back and hold. And relax in. Perfect. Next, we'll do a little stretch of the shoulders. So what I'll do is our hug stretch actually, because we did this movement, we're going to do it as a stretch now. So I think arms out. Imagine giving yourself a hug. So arms across chest. Keep the elbows up. So try not to let the elbows drop down. Providing it feels okay, keep the elbows up at chest height. And what I'm doing is getting a little bit of a stretch in my shoulders here. And we'll hold for a couple of seconds. Open out. And I just put the opposite arm on top of the movement. So again, just get a nice stretch across my shoulders here. And the arms across my chest. And keep the elbows at about chest height. And then back down. Perfect. Next, what I'm going to do is sit nice and tall and lead with my right arm towards the back of the chair. If I can rest, just to show you, if I can kind of achieve that position, right arm to back of the chair, great. If you find you have to stop here, that's as far as you can go, then I would just stop there. I'm not going to force it. And back in. Now, rotate to the left. Again, if I can get to the chair with my left arm, great. If not, I'm not going to force it. Back to the middle. So, if kind of maybe the back of your chair is really high, it's just going to look like this. Arm up, rotate back as far as you can. And then reset, left arm up, rotate back. So I don't need to rest on the back of the chair. Just if you have a chair like mine, it can work well to rest down on it. And back. Okay. Finally, next, just going to do a little bit head, neck. So I always say when it comes to the neck, really simple. We don't do anything fast. We keep it slow. And you just keep the movement very, very simple when it comes to the head, neck. So, simple movement that I'm going to do is just going to bring hands onto my chest. And what I want to do is gently pull my head back. So I'm looking forward all the time. And I gently pull head back, kind of right in line with my shoulders. And then just relax. So again, lightly pull back. And if you notice, what I want to do is keep my gaze in front. Relax. So I don't let the head turn up. So again, pull back. And I have hands on my chest, just the rest of my body doesn't take over. Okay, and rest down. Slowly next, just looking over to the right. And then I'll look over to the left. And for me, when it comes to the neck, as I say, I just keep it really simple like this. Just a very gentle movement. Once more to the right. And once more to the left. And rest down. Okay. So next, what we're going to do is just taking some air in. Big deep breath. Air in through your nose. Think 1, 2. Nice slow release now. Out the mouth. Think kind of fully emptying all the air out. So air in. 1, 2. Slow release. Again, air in. Two more, just making sure I'm relaxed at the end of the session. Air in. Slow release out mouth. And very last one. Perfect. So that's us for today. Hope you're feeling well after that. I said a kind of dreary enough day outside where I am in Dublin, so hopefully I feel good after that. Hopefully you guys feel good. So enjoy the rest of your day. We're back tomorrow at 11 and 2 o'clock. And as ever, 11 o'clock, generally standing work, circuits, weights. 2 o'clock, it's generally a lighter seated chair gym. So the options are there. So really well done, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day. Great work. Well done, everyone on YouTube. Well done, everyone on Facebook there. Great work. Well done, Mary. Great work.